so many of the members of this Malaga side did at Real Madrid's Youth Academy and reserve side. Malaga in blue and white stripes, Barca in their traditional blue and red. It's Malaga attacking the goal to the left of your screen. It's the first touch for Prieto. He loses his footing as he clears, and that should be no problem as he goes all the way through to Mark ter Stegen. Really Duncan, the Barca lineup tonight. The only doubts really can be about the quality of the back four. Not really the first choice players. Javier Mascherano comes in for the suspended Gerard Piqué. We've mentioned Sergi Roberto instead of Semedo. Lucas Digne gets a run out tonight, replacing Jordi Alba. But from midfield up front, with the absence of Dembélé, I know you for one think Deulofeu is the man who should be first choice for Valverde on the right side of attack.
I do, Simon, because obviously in the absence of Dembélé, I think he's the most similar player. He's the player that gives Barca something a little bit different. Of course, there'll be games where the likes of Dennis could come in that position and do a job. But I think when you want to stretch the opponent, when you want to get in behind the defence, when you want a winger taking on players and getting the ball into the box to your Leo Messi's and your Suarez's, I think he is the man when Dembélé's not fit. And obviously Dembélé's going to be out for a couple more months.
Rakitic feeding that one through the middle to Messi. Too many Malaga players around him. Sergi Roberto picks out Deulofeu. The only question mark over Deulofeu is still his final decision making, but we've seen a big improvement this season already. Big chance for him today, playing alongside Leo Messi and Suarez in attack. There you can see how solid looking the Malaga defence is straight away, but getting through almost immediately, and the ball in the back of the net from Deulofeu, and it stands. Certainly Deulofeu celebrating, the whole Malaga defence rooted to the ground there. Andres Prieto complaining to the linesman, the referee. Pablo Gonzalez has a look over at his assistant. The Malaga players are absolutely lost for words. It's 1-0 to Barca, 2 minutes gone. Gerard Deulofeu answering his critics in the opening moments. Mitchell cannot believe it. What happened there, Duncan McMahon?
Well, it's the worst possible start. It's brilliant build-up from Football Club Barcelona. This pass from Andres Iniesta for Digne takes the deflection. It's clearly gone out. How have they missed that? It's about half a yard over the line.
It came off Roberto Rosales. He wasn't sure where the ball had gone, but when he turns round, you can see the ball still out of play. It's taking advantage of the situation by Barcelona. You can't complain about what they did, keeping play going, but you've got to feel sorry for Prieto. Look at that. There's going to be controversy.
There is controversy because that is a long way out, and there's
obviously he's got to persuade them that the game is still open, there's still a chance, there's still something there for them, and it's certainly a big ask for him, a real test of his psychological control of this team. Mitchell's lived some pretty tough and intense evenings in the Camp Nou as a Real Madrid player over his playing career, and let's see how Malaga respond to the second half. Certainly no reason for them to be feeling too down as Juanpi Anor comes on to replace Diego Roland, who we saw clutching the back of his thigh in the closing minute of the first half. On comes the young Venezuelan Juanpi Anor. Such a huge talent. We expected so much from him, especially when he burst onto the scene at the beginning of last season, linking up very. Rosales, a long ball wide, very nearly controlled there by Choli Castro. Deulofeu, a bit of a loose one there, collected by Rosales. Thinks about shooting straight into the chest of Mark ter Stegen, but it was on target. And Barca, one or two things to think about, as Semedo and also Andre Gomez can be seen warming up on the sidelines. But certainly a very, very positive Malaga side since the restart, taking some of the initiative here in the Camp Nou.
One thing worth pointing out is that poor pass from Deulofeu. That's precisely why he's criticised by the Barca fans. It was an unnecessary pass, tried to find Iniesta, and it ended up Malaga breaking down that Barca possession and managing to counter-attack as well.
Deulofeu responds by trying to get away from Juancar, goes down and he's penalised. The free kick. Deulofeu looking at referee Pablo Gonzalez, can't understand the decision. Unless he's given a goal kick. Looked to me like he'd awarded a free kick in favour of Malaga.
Yeah, I think that's what it certainly looked like, which would be a strange decision. It was both of them tussling away, wasn't it? I don't think Deulofeu was any more at fault, and it is a free kick. Slightly strange decision, that one.
Well, it's Andres Prieto to take it. We just saw the repeat of that attempt from Rosales. Not really testing Mark ter Stegen too much, hit straight at the German keeper.
Nicely struck though, wasn't it, with his less favoured left foot as well. Great contact on the ball, but as you say, Simon, straight down the middle and an easy one for ter Stegen.
Samuel Umtiti driving forward for Football Club Barcelona. He picks out Lucas Digne. Gets the return ball under pressure from Keko. Now it's Ivan Rakitic looking for Messi. It's a good ball, and Leo Messi, failing to control it, turns round and gives the thumb up to Rakitic. It's a lovely weighted ball in. Surprising to see Messi fail to bring that one under control.
Yeah, it was surprising. It was a great run by Messi. Good bit of movement as well, as he initially ran towards Rakitic and then ducked in behind the defender. He'd completely lost the Malaga centre-back.
Well, here's Messi again on the ball. Gets into the area, tries a shot. It's palmed away by Prieto, and Barcelona win a corner. You never take your eyes off the little fellow. And after failing to bring Rakitic's pass under control, he responds immediately. Here's Andres Iniesta driving it in. Umtiti, it was making a run towards the near post, but no problems for Andres Prieto to gather it in. Here's that Messi move. It's forced wide. It looked as though he'd lost the chance of a shot, but forced the save out of Prieto.
Good save as well, actually. Strong hand on the ball.
Iniesta pressed off the ball there by three Malaga players. It's Keko in the end who took it off him, and Malaga win the throw. And I've got a feeling Sergio Busquets won't be too pleased with that. I think he's changed his mind. The linesman appeared to give that one in favour of Malaga. Mitchell certainly has room to question one or two of the decisions we've seen tonight. Suarez chasing this and wins it off Juancar. Juancar goes down, and this time it's a free kick to Malaga. Luis Suarez, I think it's fair to say, not too pleased with the linesman's decision.
I think that initial one was probably a foul by Suarez, if I'm honest.
Samuel Umtiti for Barcelona in the centre circle. Gives it away to Keko. It was a clumsy one from Umtiti. Good challenge from Mascherano. Deulofeu wins a throw-in.
So important, this challenge from Javier Mascherano, because it was nearly brilliant. And it would have been a 3-on-2 situation for Malaga, had to time that right. There was a bit of a risk sliding in like that by Javier Mascherano, but when does he miss? When does he not make the tackle? So infrequently, and on this occasion, once again, he read it perfectly and made the perfect challenge.
Digne inside to Iniesta.
He's such a good stand-in, Simon, and that's what he is this season now. It is official that Piqué and Umtiti are the centre-back partnership for Ernesto Valverde, but to have someone like Javier Mascherano that can come into the team to give Umtiti or Piqué a rest, and we've seen it on a few occasions. Both Umtiti and Piqué have had a rest. Piqué now in 2 games, Umtiti in a couple of matches as well.
There's Leo Messi, feeds it off to Iniesta and brings it under control, and the ball in the back of the net. Took a deflection, Andres Iniesta with the goal, and Barca make it 2-0. And is there any coming back from this for Mitchell's Malaga? Andres Iniesta doesn't get among the scorers too often, but he's got an important one now. It's his first goal of the season, and the Camp Nou with reason to celebrate. The legend of the Camp Nou, Andres Iniesta, and it's an important goal too. Mascherano started it, picking up Messi. Iniesta took one touch, and it's not an easy finish. He's got Rosales blocking him, and it actually just comes off the bottom of Rosales' boot. That lifts the ball off the air and over the top of Andres Prieto, 2-0.
Yeah, he gets a bit fortunate, doesn't he, Iniesta? Looked like he struck it nicely with his left foot, and as you mentioned, the first touch is perfect, and it's what gives him the space and the ability to strike the ball on target. But that deflection off Rosales is what lifts it over the goalkeeper, no doubt.
Today, which has just been brought to an end by referee Pablo Gonzalez, with the final score: Football Club Barcelona 2, Malaga 0. We saw Mitchell there congratulating Ernesto Valverde. We see Leo Messi leaving the pitch. We're going to be staying here at the Camp Nou until we can get the on-field reaction.